So now to start programming the board, you can come to the 3D Printer Camp website and click Software, and then go to the build that you're participating in. You'll go to our Google Drive that has all the stuff posted. So you're going to want the one that matches your hardware configuration. In this case, we're using the J-head style hot end. So I will download that. And I will need to unzip it. Bring it out to my desktop. Here. Looks like this is the second one I downloaded, so I have to be careful about that. I will extract all. Oh, the links, sometimes the links of these things get weird, so instead of doing extract all, I'm going to like drill in here and copy out the Marlin V1 folder. And I'll drag that out. I have a USB cable plugged in, and I also have power plugged into the power supply. Okay, so here's the folder. Inside the Marlin, there's a marlin.ino, which is the Arduino project. Okay. So there's a configuration.h file that keeps track of all the different settings. So we've already customized this to work with the specific hardware, so it knows the steps per millimeter and where the limit switches are and stuff like that. So I'm going to verify it, compiling, and then I will upload it. You'll probably have to set your board configuration. So I'll show you that. So tools, board, you want the Arduino Mega 2560. And then you'll have to set the serial port, and that's going to be different for every computer. So I think this one I actually need to set the COM5 or COM7. We'll try that, see if that works. Compiling. Uploading. So if you look on your board, lights should be flashing very quickly while it's uploading. It should have been just blinking steady prior to uploading. That's just the default program that comes in the Arduino. Okay, done uploading. So now we are loaded. It's running. It's going to think that it's at 0, 0, 0 coordinates. I can fire up the print runner, which I have here. And I need to set mine to COM7. Connect. The speed needs to be the highest speed setting, the 250,000. Okay, so we've connected. We've got stuff coming back from the board. We have a temperature reading of 20.5 degrees Celsius, which is about room temperature, so that's good. If yours is reading 0 or something really odd, then you should troubleshoot that. So now let's see if a motor can move. So we'll tell it to move in the X direction just a little bit. So hear that? It's not really, can't move. So that means that the power is either too low or too high. So we need to adjust that. So we have ceramic screwdrivers for these. Metal ones are a little bit risky. You might accidentally touch something on the board. Or I think metal ones can actually affect the pot switch. So what I'm going to do is keep telling it to move until I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it down a little, counterclockwise. Getting worse, so I'm going to turn up the power, go clockwise. So now it thinks it's gone too far, so I'll try the other direction. it's just confused. We'll reset it. Motor's off. Just going to make sure that I can slide this with my hands. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so I'm having a hard time getting this one tuned. I'm going to skip to the Y for a second. Let's see if I can get that one going. Alright, so that one's working good. Wires are getting stuck down here, so I'll have to figure out a way to get that. Going back to the X again. There it goes. There we go. Motor's off. Motor's off. I keep hitting X home. So I just noticed that the, boy, that's really tight. It's not going to hit this switch here because this plate is going to hit it first. We need to slide this plate over. So I'm going to work on the X now to get it up. Okay, so those are working. I think this X belt is just too tight and it's putting too much pressure on that. Okay, now I have the J head on the other way, so this is flush, so now it should hit the limit switch just fine. I just need to now put the extruder back on. Okay, so I think this is too tight, so I'm going to redo this zip tie. Perfect. That stopped a little rough. Worked fine that time. It looks like nothing else is hitting it. So sometimes these screws hit, they're not. That's not hitting the bearing. So I don't know what that little hiccup was. So I can try to stop it with my hand. So notice how I can. So we can probably give it a little bit more juice. No, it's really hard to stop it, so I'd probably just leave it there. And the belt, it looks like the belt's a little loose. So I'll tighten that a little. Loose. And over time, I think the belt kind of stretches a bit, so you may need to adjust that here and there. That looks good. And then we'll go Y home. Y sounds good. Actually, the Y sounds a little high. I can hear whining when it stopped. So there's too low. And there's pretty good. Awesome. Okay, let's move the Z. So turn it down, it stops. Turn it back up until it goes. Awesome.